Hey folks, Norseman here with Survivology101.com, and today we're going to take a look at the clearly filtered military grade canteen water filter. Stick around. Hey folks, before we get started real quick, I want to tell you that I've had this footage shot for over a year. So every time I say I've had it for 1 year, make that 2 years. And I am no less satisfied with it now than I was when I shot the footage. So this is the one I have. This is the military style canteen is what they call it. Military style canteen. Comes with a little bit of information on it. So I'll go through some of that information and then I'll tell you my experiences with it. Manufacturer says that this will eliminate 99.99% of all harmful contaminants that you could find in your water, which includes bacteria, cysts, giardia, cryptosporidium, chlorine, mercury, lead, chromium, arsenic, THM, and fluoride. Fluoride is only about 90%, so if you're filtering city water, you're still getting 10% of that fluoride. It's a good product. I put it through the ringer. I don't like to just get something in the mail because somebody wants me to review it and then just come out here and say good things about it because I got a free piece of kit. I put this thing through hell, and it's held up to it. I had my doubts when I got it because of the kind of the gummy feel of it. It's a good system. They have lots of other systems. If you're not into the whole military system, they have other flip-top bottles and drinking straws and various other lightweight solutions. This is just what I'm comfortable with, so this is the one that I asked for, and this is the one I got, and I'm happy with it. Like I said, I had my doubts at first. I put it through the ringer. I do not have a laboratory, so I don't have any way to test this water to make sure that it is 99.99% clear of all pathogens and suspended solids and all that other business. What I do know is the water tastes good, no matter where I filter it from, and I haven't gotten sick. And that right there is proof enough for me, because if it works, regardless of what the numbers say. I've put it through the paces, but it's really impressive when you get down to crunching the numbers on this baby. The manufacturer says that it will filter 100 gallons through its lifespan. I've had it about a year. It's not my primary water source, but I do carry it around quite a bit, and I've filtered a lot of water with it. Probably gone through about 30 refills on it. And while that seems like a lot for maybe one of them little water bottles you'd buy at the mall, really it's not even scratching the surface on this one. So it holds 38 ounces, roughly similar to a military style canteen, which I will show you. So roughly similar to a military style canteen. It is approximately the same shape. Holds 38 ounces. There is 128 ounces to a gallon. So in its lifespan, that's 12,800 ounces, which boils down to about 336.84 refills, so 337 refills. Think about going to the store and buying a 20-ounce bottle of water, conservatively speaking, $1. Sometimes you pay up to $2 for the same bottle. That's about $6.40 per gallon. And so this little thing right here will filter $640 worth of bottled water. So with this, you'll get about 336, 337 refills if you fill it all the way up. And it's going to save you a lot of time if you consider how much time it takes for you to boil water in a survival environment, or camping, or hunting, or fishing, or just canoeing. And just having to pull your boat ashore, start a fire, boil water to fill up your canteens, and then get back on the water, when you can just dip and keep going. Dip while you're drifting, and keep drinking and moving. I know in a SERE environment, it'd be invaluable. So to the features on the canteen. And the canteen itself features a wide mouth, like the old mountain style canteens that they no longer make for the military. It is not compatible with those. Those lids do not fit this, and these lids do not fit those old style canteens. At first glance, when I first got it and opened it up, it seemed like it was kind of cheap. you know, soft and rubbery and just a soft plastic. But I tell you that like I said, I've been beating on it for the better part of a year now, and I haven't done any real damage to it at all. It had a cap that went on here, but I took it off because I didn't find that it fit very well, and I didn't care for it being in the way and always having flopping around. So the cap I've removed. The filter itself is this. Appears to be a charcoal filter, but it's got impregnated with other filtering media. Now you'll notice that this thread is an opposite thread, a left-handed thread, which is kind of strange to me. See, it appears to be a charcoal filter, but there's more to it than that. In the event that this gets clogged up with too dirty of water, whatever, since it filters from the outside in, you can just take it off, rinse and clean it in dirty water, and then put it back in your canteen, because your canteen's full of dirty water anyway, and then go ahead and drink because it filters from the outside in. Unlike some of the pump filters, which filter from the inside out into a different reservoir, which means you have to filter water just to clean the pump. And like I said, it's a reverse thread, so it's kind of strange. When you screw it on here, this is a right-hand thread, and it screws on, but if you screw too far, then it wants to open the filter up. So you can tighten it down good, and then screw that filter on, and just give it a little bit of snug. A little bit strange for the feeling. When you screw this cap on, it must be screwed on really tight. If you screw it on kind of loose, you'll find that it drips and leaks from right in here and drips down in the front of your shirt, which isn't too bad in the summertime, but you're going to feel it in the winter in a snow-covered environment. It doesn't give a massive amount of water, but it's not too bad. I wouldn't take it on a long run and expect to be able to quench my thirst with it. But if you're moving, you can see it's an endless water supply. One of the problems that I had with this in the beginning was that it kept leaking on me. Well, I discovered that I wasn't putting it on tight enough, and I was squeezing it too hard. You don't have to squeeze it real hard. A real light squeeze will get you what you need. It's just you're not going to gulp it like you do from a Gatorade bottle. Comes with this little flyer. Connect with them on YouTube and whatnot. Has a little information about the system itself, what it filters. I called this manufacturer propaganda. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I have no way to test it, but that's what I always refer to this as, the manufacturer's propaganda. So, in addition to that manufacturer's propaganda, it also comes with instructions. Really, this is just kind of more propaganda, but I highlighted some portions of it that are probably worth mentioning. Removal of contaminants with carbon is a surface phenomenon known as absorption, resulting from the molecular attraction of substances to the surface of the carbon as the bottle is pressed and the source water is forced through the filter. In other words, it's just like charcoal. It absorbs the contaminants, which leads me to believe that most of that filter media is charcoal. But they say that this exclusive filter also incorporates proprietary absorbing medias that are impregnated into the microporous filter for the ionic absorption and pollutants passing through the filter. The high-tech porous plastic microfilter system contains thousands of interconnected omnidirectional pores, resulting in a tortuous path that cannot be duplicated by any other porous materials, creating an extremely tight maze for pathogens to travel. Do you see why I refer to it as manufacturer's propaganda? All the materials are food grade, none of those BPAs and all those things that people were panicking about. And the simple instructions, once you get through all the rest of it, the simple instructions are: remove the filter cap assembly, fill the bottle approximately 1.5 inch from the top, replace the cap tightly and squeeze to flush the bottle. And then your bottle is ready to use after that. You flush it out once, supposedly good to go. It says do not place the bottle in the freezer. When water freezes, it expands and could damage the bottle or the filter. Do not fill with hot water or anything other than water. Do not run the bottle through the dishwasher. They highlighted anything other than water, which means don't pee in it. Don't try and filter your urine through it. It's not going to work. It's also not going to filter salt water. But I will say that the whole freezer thing kind of set me back, because I travel in a cold environment a lot on skis or snowshoes. And I've many times woke up in the morning and found my water frozen. Now, if that negates my filter because it freezes and smashes my filter up, well, then it's not really going to do me much good. Then it's just another canteen. However, this year, or this last hunting season, I carried it a lot. And I left it in my pack in the barn, and it froze many times. And it never broke the filter. The filter's in one piece. It's doing its job. It did its job every time that I've had it out. So I'm kind of impressed with that. I understand why they put it in here, because they don't want you to freeze it and potentially crack it. But I've left that bottle completely full of water and froze for weeks on end before I took it back out. And when it thawed, it was still good to go. So take that for what it's worth. It's a little more durable than they're letting on in their propaganda here. Okay, this one's one that kind of got me interested. For emergency preparedness. When survival is threatened by floods, fires, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, or terrorism, make safe drinking water from sources such as swimming pools, floodwaters, and toilet tanks. And here it says, chlorine eliminates 99%. And it does. You can put a drip or a drop or some chlorine purification tablets in there and you won't taste them, which is nice if you're the type that likes to use the tablets, iodine tablets or chlorine tablets with your filtered water. I usually don't unless it's really coming from a suspect source. The military canteen cup is a little bit big, so it fits kind of loose and sloppy. It doesn't fit as well as a military canteen, which fits nice and snug. If that bothers you, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure that there's some sort of a patent on this thing that they can't copy for some reason, so they had to change it up. They widened the bottom a little bit, looks like, put a little ribs in it, made it look like something different, but it doesn't quite fit right. Plenty of room to stuff in some paper or a cotton rag or a cravat or something else you might need. Just stuff it in there to silence it if you're concerned about the noise. It does not fit really well in the custom style canteen pouches that everybody's getting made, because they have a strap that goes over and it's not adjustable, and it won't fit over the top like it'll fit over one of these. So if you're buying it to put in one of those, just know you'll have to unscrew the lid in order to put the buckle on and then screw the lid back. It fits perfectly in the military issue style, the old fuzzy green ones on the inside, the Vietnam style, Alice pack style. Those are the only ones I've tested. I personally, I don't carry this anymore. I carry a different cook set, so there's no use for me. So I put it in that little bag, just a little mesh bag from an MSR cook set or something, and or an MSR stove, and then hang it off my pack. It's there. It always concerns me with the wide mouths because some do leak, and this one especially because it's kind of rubbery. I was always worried that it would break inside my pack and freeze, or dump water everywhere and freeze everything, so I didn't carry it inside the pack. I tried to keep it on the outside, but it never broke, and the few times I did stuff it in my pack in a hurry, it didn't fail me. But the whole likelihood of this thing popping up and this dumping water inside my rucksack and soaking everything is more than I want to bear. So I hang it on the outside and move through the mountains that way, and then have it when I need it. So that's pretty much my take on it. So if you're looking for a water filtration system for your bug out bag or your hunting kit or to throw in your canoe, this is the one I would go with. Simple, there's not a lot of moving parts, so there's not too many things to break. Those that do break are easily replaceable. And I've put it through hell and it's coming back for more, so this has now earned its place as a permanent part of my kit. And if you get one and you have any problems with it, please let me know so I know, so I can maybe update this video or do another review or try to duplicate whatever problem you had, and see if I don't have the same problem or not. Hey folks, thanks for sticking around to the very end. I hope that you enjoyed that, even though it was old footage. If you did, then go ahead and like, comment, share it on social media, and most importantly, subscribe. I will see you on the next one.